Hey, hey, welcome back. All right, Aries, let's go ahead and look ahead at what is Aries' next adventure looking like, whatever their next adventure may be. This is kind of like what to look forward to, what's up ahead, but I am looking at it more like, I mean, it could be anything good, bad, or ugly. But we start with the Ace of Pentacles. That's actually really amazing. If the next adventure is a brand new beginning, we see like a Gemini cricket here. I'm hearing the When You Wish Upon a Star song. Um, but this looks like it could be old an old dream that comes back to life. And I say that because we've got this skull that's obviously got moss growing on it, yet here it is. And this could be an old idea that could be a big old money maker too. This could be something that Aries all but forgot about or pushed to the back of our mind. Sometimes life gets busy. We push our dreams and our wishes way back in the recesses of our mind, and we go, that's, I can't do that, or we self-limit, or maybe it's not the right time in our lives, but something is coming back around. Hi guys, great to see you. Leah, Carl, great to catch you. We've got the Six of Swords. There's a huge sense of peace. There's like I'm almost going to say a chapter completion in Aries' life, like they wrapped up something. I feel like Aries dealt with. I forgive me for. No, I'm not going to say what I was going to say. Okay, I'll just say Aries dealt with complicated people at one point in time. Okay, I was going to be a lot more uncouth than that, and sometimes I talk like a bit of a pirate, but I'm not going to cuss tonight, or at least not right now. And those difficult moments are over, and Aries is on a much better brand new cycle at this point, looking at a new endeavor, excited to go in a new direction. We've got an Eight of Swords and we've got the Star card. It definitely feels like other people blocked Aries, maybe other people's complications or other people's needs or other people's drama. Aries was blocked for a while, and this is them rising above it, way out of reach. I'm literally picturing there's a shift in Aries' life where they are either moving away from people that brought drama, but Aries is also like their heart is light as a feather. So this is not just like, oh my God, how am I going to ever free myself from all this complication? Okay, I've done it, but now how am I ever going to get past it? Oh no, Aries is like a balloon that somebody lost hold of and now it's way too high up in the sky to try to go chase it down and grab a hold of it. Aries is flying close to the sun now. With that Star card, I really feel like I don't know if Aries had people in their life that either drained them or didn't support them in their dreams. All I can say is a whole chapter, and I'm thinking this could have been Aries was, in a relationship, even married to somebody that wasn't very supportive of their dreams, and they put a big chunk of their life on hold. This could be somebody who, when they were in their young 20s, they had this dream, this idea of what they wanted to do with their life. And then, life happens and life gets complicated, and we, really submerge ourselves in relationships and the needs of others. And sometimes it's complicated and sometimes it's toxic and all that. And then we finally, move beyond it. And guess what? That dream that we had back when we were in our 20s is still there, still possible, and more achievable than ever, because maybe Aries has matured into this wish, this dream. Look, Aries is headed to become famous in this story. I'm not saying that was what they were craving, but sometimes a dream that we had to do something, a talent. Let's say Aries is a singer or a musician. Let's say they're violinist. I just say that because I always think of crickets, like they play a little violin. But let's say Aries didn't get to pursue a musical career. They were busy with other life obligations. Well, you know what? You never age out of music. It's not like, well, I'm too old to become a gymnast now. It's not one of those things. Whatever this is that Aries still wants to do, they can absolutely still do it. Not only that, but they're going to be really, really good at it. In fact, they may have more, we'll say, panache and grace and texture and depth to them at this point in their life, precisely because of the things that they went through. So this goal that they had a long time ago, I feel like Aries is going to wind up having a lot more money and a lot more success because they're able to approach it now after this huge gap. I mean, this could have been 8 years, has gone by. That's okay. The dream didn't go away. The opportunity didn't go away. In fact, all it did was, I feel like Aries is like more substantial now than they've ever been. Aries has a greater talent, a greater gift, and a more substantial energy to them than they ever have. We've got the Queen of Swords, and Aries knows it. We do have a lot of like intellectual energy coming through this because we have the Aquarius energy and then Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. So I'm going to say Aries is very cerebral. This could be, let's say it's not, you know, they don't have to be a singer or, you know, musician. Let's say Aries would have been, a long time ago, they wanted to, let's say, write a cookbook. They've always been a good cook, but now they're a great cook. Now they've got a certain flair. Now they've got this persona. Now they're going to start, you know, a cooking channel. Now they're going to dress with their amazing colored pashminas, and they're going to make a name for themselves. And they're really like embracing their cultural heritage. And it's going to be this amazing thing where it's like all they've done is come up with a more fleshed out idea of what it is that their dream was a long time ago. They've fleshed it out. They've added color and texture. It's like somebody who could be a great, you know, doodler, but then years later you become a really fabulous painter or artist, you know. And I feel like that's what we've got here. We have a more accomplished version of Aries who's had a little bit of time, okay, a lot of time, to subconsciously simmer and stew this goal, this talent that they have in the back of their mind. And now that they're free to pursue it, now that they got some, look, these are crummy little skeletons that all have swords in their back. So whoever Aries dealt with that kind of kept them away from this kind of life path and dream of theirs, it was probably like a series of deep disappointments, certainly stuck energy, a lot of wasted energy, perhaps trying to figure out what to do, how to deal with somebody that creates a lot of conflict. Maybe there was a lot of betrayal. This doesn't matter anymore because all the time the Aries dealt with that person or those collections of people and situations, Aries' dream never died. All it did is it kept stewing and brewing, and Aries got better as a person. They got more depth to them, more understanding. Maybe they got a little bolder. Maybe now when they're ready to write their cookbook, start their cooking channel, bring themselves to the public eye, they're not afraid of anything. This Aries is ready to be more flamboyant, find that persona that will draw people into what they've got to offer, show their unique energy. Sometimes the knee-jerk reaction after having been kind of oppressed or suppressed is that we come out swinging. We're not oppressed anymore. We're not stuck anymore. We're not going to be kept small anymore. And we come out brighter than the sun. And I feel like that's what's happening for Aries. This is their next adventure. They know it, though. This is an Aries that's very cognizant of this. This is very exciting. I'm like all jazzed. You know what? I have really been loving the Aries videos lately. I so enjoy doing them. Maybe because I love the name Aries, because he's my Aries, my dog. And I love, well, it's Aries. If we were going to talk about it in the Greek context or talk about it, you know, as god of war. But of course, I'm talking about it in the context of, you know, literally the constellation of Aries, which is different. But I still always think of it in the Greek pronunciation regardless. And that makes me happy because I love Greece. And obviously we're in front of Greece right now. So Santorini. But all that just is like, there's just always a good vibe for me in the Aries videos, I guess, because I like the name. With the Nine of Pentacles, this is definitely going to be financially successful for Aries. They will have more autonomy, but I also feel like they're going to, this is so weird, but Aries could attract like a manager or a headhunter or an agent or somebody who can push them way faster into great success. So if Aries has a talent or a gift and they're starting to like really enjoy developing it, I think Aries is going to be like, let me expedite this. Let me show what I got to somebody in the biz. Let me go talk to an agent. Let me go talk to some talent. And I feel like that's going to give them the extra like super boost to get their name out there faster, to get this success. Aries has legitimate talent, but I still think fast tracking that talent and getting it out there is going to be really awesome, and well deserved. Queen of Cups, Aries is going to be loved. I think that the world needs Aries right now. You want to come up, babe? Oh, my Aries is here. No, I just feel like the world needs Aries right now. Someone may fall madly in love with Aries. This could be a fangirl, fanboy. This could just be fandom, or this literally could be that Aries is going to do so much more with this talent, with this art, with this thing that they're going to bring to the forefront. They may not know it, but they could help others. We have a King of Swords. So I have to say, I think Aries is going to be sought after by masculines and feminines. So definitely if they're going to become famous, they could have fans of, both genders, across all cultures. But I also think Aries is going to have some choices to make in love, because I do feel like the way Aries life is taking shape now, the fact that they're really pursuing their wishes, their hopes, their dreams, their goals, and they're very serious about these things, it's going to bring them into closer quarters with other individuals that have done the same thing in their own life. This could be colleagues. This could be, other people in whatever business arena they're in. But I feel like Aries has new friends on the horizon and possibly new romantic interests on the horizon. But it is all because, first and foremost, Aries is pursuing an old wish that they had, that they pretty much shoved to the back of their mind a long time ago. And it was always supposed to be part of their life path. We'll always find our life path again, even if we get off of it for a while. There's a lot of actors and actresses who you see, and they did work when they were younger. I'll use Betty White as an example, because she was known when she was younger, but then for a chunk of time, it's not that she wasn't in stuff, but she didn't reach that huge fame until later on in life. I think everybody knows Betty White, everybody loves Betty White, and with good reason. But it just kind of feels like that's maybe the way to describe this person, is they already had a talent. I'm not saying it was dormant exactly, but I think that this huge amount of success comes now in Aries life. And I think it's going to be really huge, but it's also going to bring them into social circles and then, introduce them to people that really cherish Aries. We don't see any toxic people here. We only see positive, intellectuals, possibly a really great romantic match here, but also more sincere friendships and connections, which is a breath of fresh air after what Aries has been through. That's really beautiful. Guys, I'm going to leave this one here. And obviously my baby is here, so I have to take the baby because that is the agreement, and he knows this. Do you want to come up? Come here. No, he wants me. So I'm going to be leaving. I'll be back later. Lots of love, you guys. Oh, Carl, I love it. Spiritual awakening. Great to see you, sweetheart. Oh, we're getting to Capricorn tonight, by the way. So I'll see you guys in a bit as when I come back with Aries and he's ready for a nappy. Leah, thank you, honey. Thank you for being here. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Raina. Courtney Walsh, great to catch you. Tia Cahill, Voyager 2. Are you having a spaghetti dinner with salad and wine, Tia Cahill? I love it. That sounds delightful. You are so awesome. I hope that we're all dining with you right now. Yeah, Ruben, wonderful to see you. Shout out to you, D'Artagnan. Please give the boys a scratch for me. All right, you guys, bye for now. I'll see you again in a bit for some Capricorn. By the way, I also did just release a Leo video prior to this. I'm coming, my love.